Now, the United States military says it carried out its first airstrikes against Islamic State militants in Somalia and killed several terrorists. The Pentagon's Africa Command says on Friday the first strike was carried out at midnight local time Thursday and another one at 11 a.m. on November 3rd. Islamic State has been gathering recruits in the region, although experts say the scale of its force is unclear and it remains a small player compared to the Al-Shabaab group. Last month, a group loyal to Islamic State seized a small port town in Somalia's semi-autonomous Puntland region, the first town it has taken since emerging a year ago. Now, for more insight on the U.S. airstrikes in Somalia against Islamic State militants, VOA Pentagon Correspondent Carla Babb joins us live from the U.S. military headquarters of the Pentagon. Now, Carla, just kind of fill us in a little bit more about where this airstrike took place and who were targeted.
Well, you have the basic information correct, Vincent. It was in northeastern Somalia. The Kandala chairman, I didn't want to get his title incorrect. The Kandala chairman had said it was about 60 kilometers south of his town is where these two strikes occurred. We're hearing that in addition to Islamic State being targeted, some people are saying that Islamic State's leader in Somalia was the target. No confirmation on that from the Pentagon. I have confirmed from AFRICOM officials that there were fewer than 5 Islamic State militants killed in these strikes. A lot of this is still remaining secret, Vincent, because it's very possible that they are still looking for some of these terrorists. If indeed the leader of Islamic State in Somalia was the target, and if indeed he was not killed in this strike, they still may be actively seeking him out. So that's why everything is being a little delayed over here in the Pentagon.
Now, do we know if any other people were killed in that strike? I mean, rather, we do know probably were killed, but do we know any numbers, what they shared?
Right. We do know VOA was able to confirm just this morning that there were fewer than 5 Islamic State militants killed. No civilians were killed. We're hearing that this was a very remote area. Local residents say that they weren't even allowed in this area. The officials that I was speaking to did not want to classify this as a camp, and they also wouldn't tell me what the militants were doing when they were targeted. And I think that ties into, like I was telling you, Vincent, the fact that this is still actively going on. Maybe they're perhaps still looking for some of the terrorists.
A little bit, just briefly, we know that ISIS, Al-Shabaab is a bigger group and it's affiliated to Al-Qaeda. Are they collaborating here? What are we hearing? Or is this kind of a different kind of effort by ISIS to occupy parts of Somalia?
Well, the intelligence that I've been given, Vincent, points that the Islamic State leader in Somalia actually broke away from Al-Shabaab, and Al-Qaeda did not want to have anything to do with them. We do know that Islamic State, while it's much smaller in Somalia, I do not want to overgrandize Islamic State in Somalia by any means, but they did carry out at least 4 attacks in that area in the past year. Most of them were deadly. The last one, I believe, the only person who died was the suicide bomber himself, but 5 or 6 people were wounded in that attack. So very much a nuisance. And the big thing for the Pentagon is that they do not want to allow Islamic State another foothold anywhere in the world. Islamic State is on the run in Iraq and Syria. They are on the cusp of being defeated there. And so you've been seeing pockets elsewhere. You heard about Islamic State militants in Niger just a few weeks ago. Now we're seeing more activity in Somalia. So this is something that the United States takes very seriously, no matter how big or small the threat is.
Well, Carla, thank you very much. That's VOA's Carla Babb reporting from the Pentagon.